The infinite versions of yourself within you.
He has a very punchable face.
He does.
They just spray everywhere. It's a real fucking...
Disney Robin Hood movie has had to have created at least a significant percentage of furries.
Yeah.
You have to cough the blood into a napkin, and only the camera can see.
Ooh! Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 478. I am your host, as always, John_Danger, joined by my co-hosts.
Matt offered promotion of your channel, viewers, followers, view chat bot. Price lower than any competitor. Hag is my name.
TJ May, glad to be here. Pleasure.
What are we doing? Did we start yet?
Yes. Intro.
Yes.
Welcome to
Are
Born in the 80s.
you being affected by the Adderall shortage?
Actually, yes. I
I
did get a refill. I did get a refill this week, but I was without for a while.
It's affecting my daughter's Concerta, so.
Yeah, like it bled over into all the other drugs
Riddles,
because it was out of availability for so long.
You might not need to take Ritalin if you do these 4 steps. Watch my TikTok.
Doctors hate him.
Anyway, I have a drink and I need to drink it because I bought it a while ago and we haven't recorded for a couple weeks, but it is Coca-Cola Move.
Yes, I had that a couple weeks ago. Go ahead and take your sip.
Is it going to move me?
It's prune flavored.
Is it gonna Coca-Cola move you?
Why do I not have? Oh, damn it, Matt!
What?
I opened up your Twitch and I removed. I had the.
Well, you shouldn't have done.
I wanted to read the Coca-Cola Move copy. The newest Coca-Cola creation, co-created one of the most daring artists in music today. It doesn't say who this artist is. In celebration of transformation, an homage to all the versions of ourselves that coexist within us, and that forms our very own personality. Coca-Cola Move is a tribute to the different faces of transformation, mixing great but familiar Coca-Cola taste with bold and delicate flavors. Coca-Cola Move is available for a limited time only. There's a zero sugar. No, there isn't a zero sugar version of Coca-Cola Move.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Is it Lil Nas X? Is there human blood in this one? Like there was in the Nike shoes he made?
I don't know. Who's the artist? It doesn't say. It just says, Rosalia.
Rosalia.
Rosalia?
Roseanne?
Rosalina.
Ambien.
Rosalia.
Roselia, the Pokemon.
I was about to say, I pronounce it like the Pokemon. No, Rosalia, who is a singer known mononymously as Rosalia.
Okay.
Spanish singer-songwriter from
so
Barcelona.
Take your
That's how you
sniff.
pronounce it.
Yeah, take your sniff, John.
Because I know you at least cracked the seal somewhat.
I did. Ooh, it smells terrible.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
It smells like Coca-Cola, like vanilla. It smells like vanilla or like coconut Coca-Cola.
Why would
Yeah,
anyone?
This smells like
that,
a Malibu and Coke, like straight up.
Okay.
Yeah.
The like sunscreen smell.
Yep. It really smells terrible.
I forced myself to finish it, but at least when I finally dived in the internet, I'm like, what is this flavor I'm tasting? It tastes like coconut.
Now,
Yeah, it's coconut Coca-Cola.
what if you put Malibu in it? Would that be better
No.
or worse?
Not do coconut on top of
What
coconut.
is it supposed to taste like?
The
The
infinite
word
versions
move.
of yourself within you.
Yeah. Duh.
Like Coca-Cola.
And that tastes like coconut, obviously.
Oh, we missed Dream World, unfortunately.
No, I tried it.
I
it was
had-
that,
I had that
or
one. That
maybe
was
no,
gross.
maybe I skipped it because it was.
No, we had Starlight.
I had Starlight, but I thought I had the one in between. It was.
I had Dream World. I did not care for it.
Yeah. neither did I.
Starlight Zero was probably my favorite Coke.
Yeah,
Just
I like Starlight.
I don't tend to like the non-diet Cokes. Like
Mhm.
I don't like Coke Zero very much. I don't like Coke very much. Well, not that I don't like them. The Pepsi version of all of those things are better. The Pepsi Zero Sugar is better than the Coke Zero Sugar. The Pepsi Cherry is way better than the Coke Cherry. Like the only one that I prefer is Diet Coke of a Coke. If I'm gonna get Coke, I want it to be a Diet Coke because it's got caffeine, the right amount of sweetness. I've drank it for like 20 years. There you go. Yes.
Yeah.
This sucks shit.
Yeah.
It seriously, it tastes like a Malibu and Coke.
I won't buy
That's
it twice.
what that's
I
what
bought
it is.
once. My kids tried it; they hated it too.
Why did they do this? I don't understand.
Well, I think they've been getting ever since Starlight like that kind of media bump in sales for gotta try the new Coke. That's a limited time Coke you gotta try. But like the reason that it worked well with Starlight is because it was a good soda.
Yeah.
Like it was a good soda though. Like I wouldn't maybe get it every single day, but like if you're gonna bring out a limited time thing and it's good, that probably works. And now they're just like, what if it sucked? But we still did all the stuff like it didn't suck. And
Well, I feel like we must have tried Dream World.
we did.
We did.
remember.
Yeah,
I don't remember it being particularly great.
it wasn't. Or maybe one of you tried it and I didn't get around to it. and you
I
decided
had
to flavor
the
definitely. It
regular-
was like
no.
peach flavored, and I hated it.
That was
Yes.
it.
It was a peach ring.
Thank you.
I couldn't.
Oh.
I couldn't stand it.
It was a peach ring in a Coke. But weirdly, like the Zero Sugar Starlight I thought was good, but the Zero Sugar Dream World I thought was really bad.
I actually really like the Starlight because that was like kind of like it reminded like what you said. It was like the Pepsi holiday spice.
Yeah,
It
it's
had a little
almost
bit
like
of that
Mm.
spice to it.
I think on the episode where we tried, I brought up Yolmust, which is a Swedish.
Yes.
I think
yeah,
they just.
cola.
almost like graham
Holiday
cracker or
spice
nutmeg.
cola.
I think they just.
I
they
much
did it
prefer-
Just fucked up, and their first idea was their best idea.
Well, I like that they're
Nope, it's all
the
bad ideas.
Starlight was said it was space flavored Coke, which was fun.
Yeah.
This is just called transformation flavored Coca-Cola.
Also, I think they're kind of going too fast. Like, whenever there was a Democracy, it wasn't like every
Yeah.
3 months there was a Democracy or something like that. Like they designed the flavors, gave it some thought, they focus grouped them and market tested them and etc. And then they did a Democracy. And now it's like, what if I just hit these buttons to spray the syrup into the Coke? And now that's our new marketing thing, and we did not test it at all.
I mean, do now is just hey, every 3 months we'll bring something else from the vault,
Yeah.
which is fine. It's
I like that they rotate out the different dews. I like that Mountain Dew has location-specific dews. I don't like that one of them is in an Applebee's because fuck ever going to Applebee's. But that is the bluest dew you'll ever taste. It tastes extremely blue. It makes a Jolly Rancher blue not taste blue compared to how
Oh,
blue
jeez.
that the Mountain Dew blue tastes.
Cool. Yes, that's it. Anyone else drinking anything exciting?
no, I'm just drinking vitamin water, a triple X zero sugar.
I have non-vitamin water. It's
Water.
I think
Yeah.
there's probably some vitamin in it.
maybe.
I got non-vitamin
There's
water
probably
too.
like, is calcium a vitamin?
I
Mineral.
don't
It's a
know.
mineral.
It probably picks up calcium.
Vitamins and minerals, I guess.
I don't know, like what the definition of a vitamin is, because like vitamin C is what, ascorbic acid or citric acid. It was one of those things.
Ascorbic acid.
It's
yeah.
one of those things where the literal, like, there was a literal definition, but I think it's been relaxed over time. So it's
Got
like
it.
vitalamine, which has a very specific definition for people that understand that sort of thing.
A vitamin is an organic molecule, or a set of molecules closely chemically related, which would be called a vitamer. It's an essential micronutrient, and it is an essential micronutrient that an organism needs in small quantities for proper functioning. So, like, C is indeed ascorbic acid. Ooh, I remembered something. Fuck you, scurvy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always say
So,
that. Fuck you.
I got upset this morning.
Okay.
Apparently, I woke up this morning and I saw there was a trailer for a new game that was where the trailer was released in Japan, and then I woke up this morning to all these things that were posted 6 or 7 hours ago, and it's what they're releasing like a Persona 5 spin-off, but not with any of the characters at all, calling it Persona 5 X or Persona 5 The Phantom X. And then I found out it's a mobile game, and I don't give a fuck.
You hate to see that.
Yeah, isn't it always good when you're like, oh, sweet, a new game's coming out, and then it's just some fucking shitty mobile game?
Don't you
Yeah.
guys have
Diablo
phones?
Immortal.
Don't you guys
Yeah,
have
oh
phones?
my god, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand it, right? It makes sense because if you're a company, the only thing you need to convince you that mobile is the future is to look at how much money mobile games reel in. It doesn't matter if your player base likes mobile games. It doesn't matter if your team is good at making mobile games. It doesn't matter anything.
Yeah.
Mobile games equals $, therefore
Yep.
we have to do that. And that's the entire thought process.
Yes.
Mhm.
But you still have to
Exactly.
be able to carve a piece out of the existing market share in order to, or just specifically
Because
carve
the
a
thing
piece
is
out
that
of
everyone
the.
has a phone. Everyone has a phone, right?
Yeah.
You guys
like,
have phones, don't you?
yeah. And
Yep.
so to them, they have solved the problem of
So-
not everyone having a gaming PC or a gaming console because, well, now our potential market is literally everybody because everybody has a phone. But like, that's only good on like white papers and spreadsheets. Like, it does not mean that, I don't know. It's capitalism and it's
Mhm.
bad.
And this stream is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. No, it is
No.
definitely not. Join with bonus code 80s podcast. Get these special things for the 4th year anniversary, including one of these super champions.
Yeah, do
I've never
that
downloaded
thing.
it.
Do that thing that TJ said.
Our 3 listeners that ever listen to us, yeah, maybe 12.
Yeah, we got at least a baker's
At,
dozen.
at
All
least on the
right.
downloads, yeah.
Listeners, if you play Raid Shadow Legends, the podcast officially doesn't like you anymore.
Oh,
But it's fine because you probably just left it on auto download and don't listen to it anyway.
yeah, that's true. But you know what? Those count as listens in my book because the
Yep.
computer had to listen to it. So
yeah.
that's how I see that's how computers work, right?
Yes.
They
Mhm.
have to like
They
listen.
listen to it, and then when you get home from work, you say, "Hey, computer, what would the podcast?" And the podcast just tells you about the podcast it listens to. That's what podcast.
And then the
are.
computer's like, I listen to it so you don't have to.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You don't get that reference?
I do.
Doug Walker channel.
I
Nostalgia Critic. Anyone?
have been using that line for my Final Fantasy streams.
Really?
Spanky plays Final Fantasy, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
Yes, but I didn't mean to reference the man Doug Walker.
Why? Is he
He's
problematic?
bad. He's bad.
Doug Walker couldn't be problematic. He likes Bugs Bunny and things. Right?
Oh, you're right. I've changed my opinion. This
Yeah.
episode brought to you by Channel Awesome.
Oh my god. To be fair though, or was it Channel Awesome like drop those people, or is it not?
I don't know. I
I don't
any of
care.
them.
I don't care enough about this. Let's stop talking about Channel
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're just
Uh,
using shorthand for some drama that I don't give a shit about.
Exactly.
Yeah. The only thing I know about that is that now I have to go to nebula.tv to watch Lindsay Ellis videos.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is she making new videos?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mostly about her books. She doesn't really make
like
video essay
AMAs?
stuff like she used to.
That's fair.
But she
She's-
does make new content and it's on nebula.tv.
Did you get an ad for Nebula TV? Doesn't no wait.
did.
It's Curiosity Stream that has
Yes.
8
Which
million
features Nebula,
ads.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can get the pair.
But hey, if you use a special code, you can get Nebula for free with one cost for Curiosity Stream.
I
didn't do that. I just got Nebula.
I did that, and it was like $20 one time for a year, and it's probably coming up due now. So I'm sure they're gonna owe them like $50, some bullshit now.
I think mine was 30 for a year whenever I did it. I don't know. It's one of those things where like I'm not like John where I will pay YouTube money to use it. I will just not use it.
Wait, what? I use it all
You-
the time.
No.
Oh,
Find
got
it. There's so many ads on YouTube that it's to you unusable unless you pay money for it.
Yes,
To me, I just won't pay money for it and I won't use it.
there you go.
So the fact that it's on something that isn't YouTube and doesn't have ads and that I can give a little bit of money, like
Yeah.
that's a good thing. And I was like, I'll do. Well, it's not a good thing, but it's definitely a thing that doesn't upset me.
It's a good thing, not a bad thing.
good,
But
Not a bad thing.
it's just a reference to a YouTube video that no one else will get but you and me. All right, moving on. Yeah, I don't know. Matt,
What's up?
how's the mouseless computing going? We need to talk about this.
It's good. It's been pretty hands off since we started the podcast. Letting it ride.
So Matt left his mice
Yes.
somewhere
Yes.
and had to learn how to use a computer like a mouseless person.
Yes.
Yep.
And we talked about this before the podcast started as an insane thing that someone in their 30s hasn't, without wanting to, somehow collected a bunch of shitty mice in a big
This
box
is
of
something
cables.
that would have never occurred to me before tonight. Like if
Yeah.
yesterday you asked me how many computer mice does the average person have, I would have assumed that like 1 or 2.
I can't even like think about how many. I honestly couldn't tell you. I'm sure it's like 5 or so.
Well, because like one of them, like the battery will die a little bit, but not like where it doesn't work anymore. It'll just cut out for a second. So you're not gonna throw it away. It still works.
Yeah,
But you need a new one.
Yep.
So you get a new one. And
that's
then same thing
literally
happens-
this mouse. The click when you hold it, it doesn't keep it held very well, but it still functions
Yeah.
if you're not clicking and dragging.
I've got a ball mouse that I had from like my Windows 98 computer that was a hand me down that I got.
I kind of want to get a trackpad, or I'm sorry, what are they called?
Trackball mouse.
No,
Trackball. Thank you.
I'll track.
I hate them.
I don't like them. My mom did in their last.
So one of my
12 years.
D&D group people has a trackball.
I
and just
never
don't
understood
understand.
what the advantage of that was supposed to be.
If you have wrist problems, it's easier to
Yeah.
use
So-
either a
so-
thumb ball because you won't use your wrist to move
Yes.
it, or just to use the ball so you can keep your wrist flat.
Even when you go full arm, you're still micro moving your wrist in a bunch of different directions. So
And they're
yeah.
really good for Golden Tee emulation.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I don't think they spin fast enough, but
No, probably not.
you could probably rig that up though.
You mean I can't play Sega Sonic the Hedgehog on it?
I think it's probably good enough for playing Centipede, though.
Yeah.
Simpsons Bowling, that was one of those.
Oh yeah.
That
Is
was
it
a fun one.
Is it X Arcade that makes? Yeah, X Arcade makes the
The big arcade. Yeah.
the joystick and trackball
Mhm.
thing. That's just like, hey, you could buy one of those fucking refurb cabinets, or you could just buy an X Arcade stick thing and just hook it up to MAME on a PC.
Yeah.
And it's like way cheaper. How much does the X Arcade cost now? $250. God, I feel like that was like $150 a year ago. Prices. Am I right? Thanks, Joe.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe
Let's
Brandon.
go,
I did
Brandon.
that.
Joe
I did that.
Brandon.
Because of the weird time, I'll either have to duck out and come back, or if we stop early.
Yeah.
Do you want to do actually right away?
I agree.
Okay.
Who's on the picture of actually?
That is Mike Trapp from College Humor.
Okay,
Who
he has a
hosts-
he has a very punchable face.
He does. He does.
I think that's the point, though.
Yeah.
If he's
Yeah,
saying
like-
him actually.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean that.
I
was
mean,
dope.
I love Adam Conover and his stuff, but he has a very punchable face.
He does. Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
some people just have that.
he feels a lot more approachable when he does his like stand-up stuff,
Sure.
or even whatever he's doing on his YouTube channel now because of the weirdness with True TV and just ending his show because they just decided to lay off 80% of their staff once the
Yeah, we didn't
whatever
cancel
merger
your show,
happened.
but there's no one to make it anymore, so
exactly.
it's over. Like, okay.
So it's just reruns and Impractical Jokers.
I mean, yeah. Boy, he's like the show ender, huh? He was on fucking Tuca and Birdie as well.
Tuca and Birdie is still going. Well, I think it might be canceled again because of Warner Brothers, but they Warner Brothers picked it up for more seasons on Adult Swim.
Yeah. Oh no, it might still be on it. The latest season ended in 2022, so it like fall 2022. So they're
Yeah.
may well
Oh,
be another
jeez.
series. But
Forget how loud that is in my ears.
wait,
It's
never mind. November 2022, Adult
Yeah.
Swim canceled the series, so it's
Okay.
canceled twice.
Yeah, well, so it's Tuca and Birdie's a funny one because Ewan recommended that I watch BoJack Horseman, which is also by I forget the name of the production company, but the same production company, the same like art style, pretty much. It's not the same universe, but like doesn't matter because
It's talking animals,
talking animals, yeah.
but they're like
And-
real people. It's a furry's dream.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's also plants that are people in Tuca and Birdie. So
Ooh,
if your dream is to be a plant, I don't know what that a leafy. I don't know.
leshy is what
Leshy.
Pathfinder calls them.
I see.
A photosynthesis.
That's a little too. It's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Photosynthesis.
so I
like it.
was recommended BoJack before I'd watched it by Ewan, and I loved it. And we both really liked that show. And then she was like, Tuca and Birdie's coming out. It's like a BoJack, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I watched it. I'm like, oh, this is fucking great. This is like trippy as shit. None of it makes any sense. It's very like Nomura, and it's like a Hideo Kojima drug trip in the form of a cartoon. She couldn't stand it though, so I guess I have a type when it comes to shows, and it's makes no fucking sense.
I wish I liked BoJack more. Like I think I got like how many seasons are there, BoJack?
5 or 6.
I got through like I think 3.5, 4 seasons. And I don't know. There's too much of it.
Yeah.
It's good.
One of you
It's
hasn't
funny.
joined the Cosmo Buzz yet.
The thing
Oh.
about
Did you post a thing to it?
Oh yeah, in the podcast planning.
Oh, I didn't see.
do you see my name?
Yes, I do.
Podcast planning. Why did a podcast planning not pop up a notification? Weird. All right, I'm joining.
All right. Yeah, I'll just do it in the thing. All right, as usual. Actually, it's the game of nerdy corrections. There are 2 rules for the game. So right here, I have a stack of statements. These are incorrect statements about a bunch of nerdy shit. First person to buzz in,
Like
and-
minorly incorrect.
Yes, exactly. First person to buzz in and correct me receives the point. All corrections must be preceded by the phrase actually, Jeopardy style, or you don't get the point. And just like real life, you can interrupt me at any time. I'm looking at the
Speaking of
names.
interrupting TJ, we can. Oh, okay.
Of course, it's kind of the name of the show. Are we all set, Matt? Are you good on your? I know you
Yes.
you did your button on your phone.
I have my phone button.
All right.
I still think that Spank and I are an advantage. We have to take this.
So
What are we doing?
What's this
so
game?
our yeah, exactly. Our first question comes from the world of cartoons, fittingly, and we are going to be talking about Bob's Burgers.
Oh shit!
I've seen like 4 episodes of this show.
I've watched this series all the way through like 6 or 7 times.
It's a very good show. I just, is
The
it
movie's
on a,
pretty good too.
is it on a streaming service?
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
Real, whatever.
Oh, now I should
Alright,
watch
it's
it.
just-
On,
it's-
if you
14
have Apple TV,
seasons,
there's
and they're
also
like doing new episodes right now too.
Oh, geez.
got it.
there's
Um,
also Central Park by the same
Central Perk.
on Apple
And
TV. It's good.
the Great North is like literally
There's,
the same people. as
Ted
Bob's
Lasso.
Burgers.
All right. Bob is weirdly protective of the names for his burger of the day, which are usually a play on the burger's ingredients, and he refuses to allow anyone else to name them. Memorable burger of the day names include Foot Feta-ish Burger, Pepper Don't Preach Burger. All right, we got Matt buzzing in.
Actually, Foot Feta-ish Burger was not Bob's name. It was what Louise changed it to when he was trapped in the crawl space in episode 2.
That is correct. Yes. So Bob-
Jesus
Good
Christ!
job,
So
Matt.
now here's the thing: he didn't have to specifically do it on Foot Fetish Burger. Yeah, Bob doesn't refuse to let others name the burgers. Luigi.
That is what I was gonna say, but
Yeah.
but man, Matt had it fucking ready
Yep.
in the holster. My thought that we had a chance of being at an
No,
advantage.
that's just
is-
like my constant depression watch. So it's pretty
Got it.
fresh for me.
My H. John Benjamin depression watch is home movies. I rewatched home movies.
Oh
a
my god,
lot.
that's my favorite show. I need to get that
don't
on my
think I've
Plex
heard of
server.
that.
Oh, you should watch it. It's
I've
Home
fucking
heard of
movies?
it,
fantastic.
but
Do you have HBO?
It's one of the few
Yeah.
early Adult Swim shows that really still holds up and didn't age really badly.
All right.
Hey, the first
I'll
like
have to check
3
it out.
seasons of Aqua Teen are all right. Look, it's just as problematic as anything else from that era. All right.
But not home movies. Home movies somehow.
Home movies is very good. Yes.
You could also
Unproblematic king.
You could also watch Moral Oral if you
oh jeez.
want to end your depression watch with blowing your brains out.
Uh-uh.
That show gets so fucking dark after season 1.
Yeah, that gets rough for me. I've only seen like 2 episodes, and it's just too much.
It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, the
All right.
oral turns into oral.
That happens
sadly,
in season 1.
sadly, we are going to merge. We are going to metamorphosize our cartoons and talk about anime. And
Okay.
we are
Oh, shit.
we are in the world
This
of
is my time to shine.
not anymore, because we're talking about the world of Pokemon.
Oh, fuck!
Uh,
That's not an anime.
I know a lot of these
One
categories
of the
don't make
longest
sense.
running anime.
Like
No,
I
it's
was
not. One Piece.
I was digging into horror,
Anyway,
and one of the
yes.
things in there was the Rocky Horror Picture Show. So, but anyway, guns may not exist in the world of Pokemon, but there are plenty of Pokemon. All right, we have Spanky.
Actually, guns do exist in the world of Pokemon. Ash gets one pointed at him in a Safari Zone in the Safari Zone by the Warden or the Ranger.
Yep, yeah, in one of the banned episodes. That is correct, Spanky.
Oh, it doesn't. It's banned. It's not
but-
canon.
but there are
No, it's
bu-
not banned in Japan.
there are a bunch of not banned episodes where Team Rocket has submachine guns, bazookas. Whoever Nastina is dual wields assault rifles at one point, and Safari Ranger Jenny carries
Nastina's
an M1
good.
carbine.
I know I've seen like the memes of just the man pointing a fucking
Yes.
shotgun at Ash Ketchum before.
Yeah,
You get away from my Pokemon.
yeah. The whole question was going to talk about a bunch of gun-themed Pokemon that do exist, but
What's your favorite gun-themed Pokemon?
Blastoise.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't even think of Blastoise. We said there's fucking cannons on his
He has
back.
cannons on his back. That's
I mean-
cool as shit.
I mean, if you go to Gen 2, you've got your what's the thing that evolves to Octazooka or Octillery? Sorry,
Octillery.
what's the thing that
no.
evolves to that? It's the one that looks like a revolver, but it's a fish.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, because it's a stupid Pokemon.
Ooh.
All right.
You should know
It's-
this. You're the Pokemon one of us.
I
here.
know
Yeah,
I am. I just
But it's not.
can't
It's
think
not
of
in
it
the
right now.
meta, so I
Yeah.
don't know it.
I don't care about the meta.
He doesn't care about meta. He cares about
I-
making stupid ass memes, getting two
Yes.
shinies.
All right, so going from an anime that's actually a video game to just video games, we're gonna be talking about Skyrim.
I was like
fuck.
hoping Sonic the Hedgehog.
You had like what 3 Sonic the Hedgehog questions that one week?
I think that,
Yeah.
Actually, he took an arrow to his knee.
That's true. One of the playable races in
oh
Skyrim.
wait, TJ.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
not.
didn't
I
reset.
can't buzz.
Sorry. There you
Thank
go.
you.
One of the playable races in Skyrim are the cat-like Khajiit,
What
who
the
hail
fuck?
from the desert province of Elsewhere. Their shrewdness at trade makes their caravans a common sight in city marketplaces, while their night vision. All right, we got Spanky buzzing in.
Fuck off! I know this, and I got it. I buzzed before. All right, go ahead.
Actually,
It's
the
fucking German connection.
Actually, their caravans are seen outside of cities.
Fucking
They're
A!
not welcome in the city.
Exactly.
That is correct. Yeah, John,
I had
you,
that.
You were 0.3 seconds behind him.
Jesus.
It's because they just spray everywhere. It's a real fucking problem.
Hey, I'm the
Yeah,
one who has a cat named Maik the Liar. I should have got that one.
Fair enough. I knew
Yeah,
you were
but-
my greatest challenge in that.
Most
one.
other races distrust the Khajiit, so the caravans are forbidden in cities. So,
Yes.
all right, and that's going to bring us to our first shiny question. Shiny question, just like shiny Pokemon. are
It's
worth the same
more
amount
if
of
John
points.
gets it right.
Worth the same amount of points, but just a little bit different and a little bit rarer. This category is called Spelling Bee. So we're going to be using the text entry for this. I'm going to judge everyone's spelling. The best spelling is going to be it. So spelling in English is hard enough. Spelling in sci-fi or fantasy is damn near impossible. But this time, I need you to spell something that's not quite from sci-fi or fantasy, but is kind of sci-fi. Because we're going to be spelling something from Bill and Ted. I need you guys to spell Wild Stallions. Can
you see my text?
Yeah, I can see everyone's text.
You don't have to buzz. Okay.
Don't have to buzz. I'm waiting for everyone to finish. I'm going to kind of...
How are you gonna figure out who's closest for this?
I'm gonna kind of just do based off of very specific things. All right, so everyone's are locked in. It looks like Spanky has spelled WYLDESTALLIONZ.
Ooh,
We've got Matt.
Spanky, it's almost the exact same as me.
We've got Matt with WYLDESTAL.
You're listening to Born in the 80s Radio. We're having a slight malfunction at the moment, but if you stick with us, it'll be fixed, and those responsible will be terminated.
Yeah.
Background,
I'm back.
I've been tabbing into.
I didn't continue on.
I don't know what happened. It just knocked me out of the call, I guess.
Yeah, you were still streaming, but just you saying that you weren't in the call.
No, it'll take me a minute to turn my camera back on. There we go. All right, yeah, I'm getting good at this.
So Matt spelled Wild Stallions, WYLDE, just like Spanky, STALYONZ, and then John. It's really hard when I'm looking at Jernus Pernus up here. That's fine because Spanky is spam. Is WYLD.
No E.
STALLIONZ. So between Spanky and John, it's just the difference of an E.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I am going to tell you that John has the correct wild.
Oh, damn.
You guys got too crazy with that E.
So it's WYLD, and Stallions is STALLYNS.
I almost did that.
I'm going to say that the closest here is John for the point.
What? No.
Because you got
Matt had the
right.
Y at the end.
Yes, but,
no, that's the harder word to spell.
He has a Y, but then he has an O in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm giving John the point on that one.
I've seen that movie one time.
I've seen it several times, but I don't
it's
know
not
how
a
to spell
consequential.
anything from
Yeah.
it.
I think I've seen the second movie more than I've seen any of the other two.
The only things I remember about that is their full names are Bill S. Preston and Theodore Logan. Because of Lemon Demon's song Ultimate Showdown, Ultimate Destiny.
Bill S. Preston Esquire. And my buddy Ted Theodore Logan.
Yeah.
All right. So after our first shiny question, our scores are John with 1, Matt with 1, and Spanky taking the lead with 2. Going into our next category, we'll be sticking with sci-fi and talking about the sequel film, Aliens.
Okay.
At first, Weyland-Yutani execs don't buy Ripley's story about the alien that wiped out the crew of the Nostromo. I don't know if I said that right, but that's
Nostromo.
not what we're talking
Close
about.
enough.
Okay. But the colonists on LV-426 stumble upon the derelict ship Ripley had described, and contact is lost soon after. So a squad of Marines is deployed to investigate, accompanied by Ripley and company man Carter Burke. I'm going to repeat that one more time.
Ooh.
At first, Weyland-Yutani execs don't buy Ripley's story about the alien that wiped out the crew of the Nostromo. But then the colonists on LV-426 stumble upon the derelict ship Ripley had described, and contact is lost soon after. We've got Matt buzzing in.
Actually, it kind of seems like Weyland-Yutani execs kind of knew about the whole thing from the beginning, so I'm guessing that's part of it.
I'm wondering if to I'm thinking I'm going to give that to him, but you guys can tell me. Because because the correction that it's here is the colonists didn't stumble upon the ship, and at the bottom it says Burke specifically ordered them to investigate the ship after reading Ripley's report, and says Burke was a company man. I haven't watched Aliens. Does that make sense? That
Yeah, I mean, I was
what
going to
he said?
answer that they didn't discover the vessel.
In both
Yeah.
Alien and
It was
Aliens,
purposely
there's-
landed there.
There's one character that's like specifically like
Yeah.
the company man that's like pushing people into danger.
I would say
think-
Matt is more would
Yeah.
be close enough.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole thing is that we all know
And-
Utah, he fucking knows what's going
Yeah.
on.
And
Like,
the other
my-
part is that Burke didn't tell any of them what was going on. He just
Yeah.
said, "You're going to go investigate this."
My answer was going to be that it wasn't the military, but the company itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All
Well, I
right.
knew that they didn't stumble upon it because it was like a purposeful thing, but
I know that the way that James Cameron pitched that movie was he had a board that said alien and then he wrote a $sign after the alien. So the aliens-
dude, that movie fucking rules. I need to watch that again.
I'm a weirdo, and my favorite one is the third one.
That third
it's-
one's great.
It's got its problems and is paced weird, but like it's my favorite one to rewatch every time I watch those
I
movies.
haven't
so.
watched it recently or often enough to like really have a strong opinion of it. Like the other two, I have pretty much memorized.
Second one's my
even the
favorite,
Fourth one,
Just
I
because
know.
of Game Over, man. Game Over.
Yeah,
Second one's probably the best, but the
the
first
second
one,
one
does,
like basically birthed half of StarCraft.
That's
that's true. Yeah. Also Contra. We got Contra out of that movie.
Yeah.
All right. Our next question here is a College Humor community member written question.
Boo.
But we're going to be talking about a movie from one of my favorite writer directors, Mel Brooks.
Okay.
Blazing
Robin Hood,
Mel
Robin Hood Men in
Einstein.
Tights.
Mm.
I've seen this movie like 50 times.
All right. Robin Hood enters the sheriff's archery contest in disguise. He wins the contest by splitting an arrow in two with his own arrow, but is captured shortly after. To save Robin's life, Maid Marian agrees to marry the sheriff. The sheriff is excited until he discovers that Marian wears a chastity belt made by Everlast.
Oh,
I'll repeat it
man.
one more time. Robin Hood enters the sheriff's archery contest in disguise. He wins the contest by splitting an arrow in two with his own arrow, but is captured shortly after. To save Robin's life, Maid Marian agrees to marry the sheriff. The sheriff is excited until he discovers that Marian wears a chastity belt made by Everlast. All right, we got Spanky buzzing in with John shortly after.
Actually, Robin Hood didn't win because the sheriff was cheating, but then to prove that he was the better archer, shot his own arrow afterwards. I think that might actually be the Disney Robin Hood movie.
I think that is the Disney Robin Hood movie. Yeah, that is not correct. John.
Okay.
Actually, oh fuck, man, it has something to do with the arrow, right? God,
Yeah.
it's
Spanky's in the
it's
right
so-
ballpark, but
Yeah,
he's not.
yeah,
He's not
so-
there.
so. What I wanted to say is, he doesn't. Oh, it's God. He splits the arrow, but there's like a comic bit about the arrow splitting. That like, I don't remember, man. It's the arrow splitting. Something about that.
Matt, did you want to chime in with anything?
Fuck.
Or
I watched this movie recently too, and it is problematic.
it is.
Actually, she doesn't agree to marry the sheriff.
That's just completely incorrect. All right.
Okay.
So Spanky was saying that Robin doesn't win. That he just kind of shows up. John was talking about Robin splitting the arrow, but so Robin did win the contest, but that is not how he did it. Someone else split Robin's arrow,
Yeah,
and then Robin checks the script. That's the funny stuff that's happening.
that's it.
Checks the script and realizes he gets one more shot, and he uses a Patriot arrow and wins the contest with it.
That's it. He uses the Patriot missile joke
Yes,
because it was the early '90s. I don't think anyone gets a point there.
Yeah.
I kind of knew it had something to do with the arrow splitting because it was.
I
like,
was definitely thinking of the Disney Robin Hood when they're like moving the target so that the sheriff wins.
Yeah.
Always gets the bullseye or whatever. And
So
all
that
shit.
Disney Robin Hood movie has had to have created at least a significant percentage of furries.
Yes,
I
for
believe
Yeah,
it was probably
somewhat.
the originator of furries.
maybe not, but
Because
but
like,
definitely up
man,
there.
some of them
As
foxes
an
are pretty
older-
hot.
It's
Yeah,
definitely
probably.
an
Yeah.
often cited like awakening moment.
Hmm.
Yeah, like there were definitely personified animals in folklore and art and stuff before that, but the first thing that made people into a community of furries was Robin Hood. Really?
Wait, all right. Okay, I got a meme here as a diversion. Childhood furry awakening starter pack. Okay, so we've got shameful boner. No, we'll start with shameful boner edition. Balto, Watership Down, Lion King, Bolt for some reason. I don't know if Goofy
Why
movie counts,
Bolt?
Goofy movie fucking counts.
It
Have you
counts.
seen
Yeah,
Roxanne? If
fuck
I
yeah.
was
but they're not animals. They're like
They're
already
dogs.
like what animal are they?
They're dogs.
Explain Pluto.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't. I can't. It's
The
there's
thing
a-
about-
there's a
Anthro,
dog
it's fine.
caste system and
Anyway,
the thing is that there are anthro animals and that not all animals are anthro.
Yeah.
Chippendale Rescue Rangers,
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh, fucking what's her name? Rocket?
Kung
Gadget,
Fu
Gadget.
Panda, Spirit,
I guess. Yeah.
Space Jam, Robin Hood,
Space Jam.
obviously,
Yeah.
101 Dalmatians, Lady and the Tramp. Disney
101?
has done a lot of this.
I don't think Purdy was that good.
Bambi,
Well,
My Little Pony, I guess.
the thing that you probably have to consider is how much of the art style influenced because most of what the furry fandom consists of is art and
Mhm.
like
Oh, yeah.
you will notice that for a good basically people my age, people who were born in the late 80s and early 90s, we will, if we are in the furry fandom, draw our cat furries like the Lion King. It will
Fair.
happen. You'll see
Yeah.
that. And then if
Mhm.
you're younger, I'm sure it'll be a different thing. Maybe if you're older, you draw them like an Aristocat. I don't fucking know. That movie sucks.
So then we have creators know what they were doing. We've got Alpha and Omega.
Okay.
What the fuck is this? Oh no, this is Existential Crisis. Creators know what they're doing was on the far right. I'm
Yeah.
trying to read this graph. Anyway, Pokemon Totally Spies? Was there animals in that? It's like 3 women.
Maybe it's just the style.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Road Rovers. Never heard of that. SWAT Cats, which is one of my favorite shows as a kid. Anyone else watch SWAT Cats? No? All right.
Yeah.
just
No,
making
I
sure.
was
I
a
knew
more.
of SWAT Cats.
What
but
was
I
it? The
didn't
Samurai
watch it.
Cats from Outer Space, or what
So
was that
SWAT
show?
Cats was awesome because they were like fucking fighter pilot cats that
Yeah.
also solve like crimes.
They were like just mixing things together from the late 80s.
It was
Top
like
Gun was
all
Top
the
Gun,
yes.
that.
It was John who watched Top Gun 8,000 times as a kid. Also cats. Also radical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah, they basically took Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, chose
Yeah.
a different animal based on like market tests, and then said, "Okay, Top Gun's popular. Put them in airplanes."
So we've got video games, of course, Ratchet and Clank, that Star Fox, basically everything, especially the dinosaur one.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
most of the
Animal
rest of
Crossing's a
this-
good one.
Oh yeah, well, that's a bunch of
Yeah, a bunch of
Andrew
talking
Adams.
animals. Spyro, which is an
Okay,
interesting one. But then we have the 5 stages of grief, and that is the Rescuers and the Aristocats.
something that's interesting about about
Ava Gabor.
Spyro is that Spyro, I believe, originally was voiced by Carlos Alazraqui, and then later I think was voiced by Tom Kenny, which is
Oh,
the same
SpongeBob.
which is the same people I think that voiced Rocco and Heifer. And
Wait, Tom
Rocco's
Kenny
Modern
did
Life.
Heifer?
I think so. Or he did somebody. I forget
Yeah.
who. Not Heifer. Maybe not Heifer. I
All right, I'm on
Well,
r/furry, and people are
Heifer
posting
would
their
make sense
furry
then.
awakenings.
All right.
It is all fucking a thread about how it's Disney's Fox movie.
that's
fucking
the
Robin Hood.
Disney agenda.
Yes, Heifer was voiced by Tom Kenny.
Okay.
I wasn't
All
going
right.
completely
All right.
crazy.
Let's move on. I've
Moving
talked enough
on.
about
No, let's
furries.
talk
Yeah,
about
I fit my
furries for
quota.
like 30 more minutes.
Moving on to fantasy. We're discussing Lord of the Rings. Many important swords in the series have names. Isildur uses Anduril to defeat Sauron. Gandalf carries Glamdring, the foe hammer, and Frodo wields Sting, a dagger of Elvish make given to him. We got Spanky, and for some reason John disappeared from the thing.
Oh, I didn't mean to click.
Oh, you didn't mean to click? Okay.
No, I was just
How did I
switching windows.
disappear?
I don't know, but
It says I'm
gonna
still connected.
just go out and go back in.
Sorry, the button goes from red to green, which are colors I can't see, so I
It's
didn't
fine.
notice.
I'm just gonna reread it anyway because I didn't finish it, and some of
Sorry.
the wording just made it really hard to follow. Now we got the sequel, Journus to Pernus. Many important swords in the series have names. Isildur uses Anduril to defeat Sauron. Gandalf carries Glamdring, the foe hammer, and Frodo wields Sting, a dagger of Elvish make. We got John.
Actually, this question's dumb and broken because you just said many of the swords have names, and then you said that Frodo has a dagger.
Oh, Frodo wields Sting, a dagger of Elvish
Yeah,
make.
which isn't a sword; it's a dagger. So is that correct?
It's not the correction here. I get where you're coming from, and if no one else even gets closer, we'll go ahead and give it to you. But
I mean, you said it. There's named swords. Then you named two swords and a dagger.
yeah, and
But I guess that's
to his credit, a dagger is a sword for a Spanky.
Actually, Isildur doesn't kill Sauron with Arundel. He kills him with
Can I get
what's the name of the other
All right.
fucking
Sauron.
hold on.
I'll let you sit on that.
Narsil?
Yeah, that is correct.
Damn.
So yeah, the sword that Isildur uses to defeat Sauron is called Narsil. It was broken at that point, and later, once it was reforged, Aragorn named that new sword Anduril.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I remember.
Is the general bullshit.
I was playing
that
that
Lord of the Rings
scene in
likes
my
to do.
mind of Viggo Mortensen like at the shards on the statue going the shards up, and it was just static after
Narsil,
that.
yeah.
What's the name of the fucking sword?
All right. Our next shiny question. Actually, we could have done 3 shiny questions, but I'm not going to. We're good enough. All right. So our second and last shiny question. I have 4 things here. I think they're easy enough where everyone's going to be able to just type in, and I'm going to give marks for this question, and whoever has the most marks gets the 1 point.
Okay.
So in this name 'em category, we're going to be dealing with Let's Grab a Bite. You're going to name the TV shows in which you'd find the following restaurants. So our first one here, the restaurant is Los Pollos Hermanos. What TV show would you find this restaurant? Now, I don't know if I'm seeing things wrong or if
I didn't enter anything.
No, John's able to write in a different color and bold.
What?
Might just be on my display. It's fine. For some
Must-
reason, your text is in green and bold right now. So, Matt, Los Pollos Hermanos, anything?
I got nothing.
Okay. I'll just go through all of them, and then we'll get points at the end. John's marking them with like 1 and 2 if Spanky want to do the same thing. All right. Number 2 is the Double R Diner.
Fuck.
This sounds so familiar.
It's not something I'm super familiar with. All right. Now, this is going to sound weird, but now Matt's has turned green and John's is normal.
What the hell?
It's probably something on my end. It's fine. All right. All right. Number 3 is Cafe Nervosa.
I know this one, and I might
Cafe
win this
Nervosa.
because nobody else has watched this show.
I mean, I was almost certain that John would get this one.
It's one of my favorites.
What's a show that only John would have watched?
Yeah. Which actually...
Criterion Collection the television edition.
Exactly.
Not far off.
Yeah, I know. And the last one is something John mentioned earlier in this episode, Central Perk. He didn't mention the show, but he mentioned
That's
Central
true.
Perk
I'm glad I
earlier.
didn't mention the show. I almost
One's
did.
like a gimme though. Who
Yeah, it
doesn't
is a
love
given.
that?
Wait,
Yeah.
what was it? Sorry.
Central Perk.
Perk.
Oh.
Even though I do not like that show and I have not seen a lot of it.
All right.
And that's not just me being Criterion Collection watching.
Yeah, exactly.
It just doesn't click with me.
Okay.
That's right, I think.
So I'm going to tell you before I give all the answers to the audience that John and Spanky are going to split the point for this one because you both have 3 right.
I seriously? Oh, okay. I was like, there's no way I got that second one right.
You did not
with a
get the
guess.
second one, no. But Spanky did get the second one.
Damn it.
What?
So-
Really? I was
yeah. So the first
Mine
one
was
is
a
Breaking
shot in the
Bad.
dark.
Yeah, first one was Breaking Bad, and John
Obviously.
also mentioned or Better Call Saul.
So I get extra points.
So there's a
No.
diner in
Twin
There's a-
Peaks.
there's a
Called the
diner
Double
in
R Diner.
Life is Strange, and I kept thinking like, what's the diner? Because like Life is Strange is also like a supernaturally thing. So like, what's the fucking diner? And I kept thinking of the one in Life is Strange. So I was like, maybe it's Twin Peaks. I was a
Yes.
guess though. I didn't really know that.
So-
They're both
yeah, Los-
Pacific Northwest mysteries.
Los
yeah.
Pollos Hermanos is Breaking Bad. Double R Diner is Twin Peaks. Cafe
And
Nervosa is
Better Call Saul. But go ahead.
Yep. Cafe Nervosa is Frasier.
Frasier!
Oh, right. Yes.
Criterion Collection watching people would know that Frasier.
And I don't know if for the content I should just not say what Central Perk is from because everyone should know that. But I'm not.
If you
gonna
don't
do
know that,
it's
you're
from
dead.
Friends.
It's Friends.
It's from Friends.
I
All
actually
right.
didn't really remember. I've never watched Friends through. I've just like it's been on.
Yep.
I'm-
Same. I've seen
I never
episodes here or
watched
there.
it on purpose.
I will have to speed through some of these last questions.
I have to give them credit though. Central Perk, great name.
Yeah.
Great name. Go ahead. Keep going.
got it.
Let's go.
That's fine. I
Tito's
just
got
gotta
to
get
go
the
pick up a
points.
child.
I almost two childs.
Well,
All right.
Get one done. Good
So
enough.
another horror that I don't think should be in a horror. We're going to be discussing Little Shop of Horrors.
My most hated of musicals.
I
Never
know.
seen it.
Never seen it.
I've heard the soundtrack.
I've
I've
seen
never
it.
seen the film.
Yep.
If
The
we
movie
all
and
vote
the
pass,
musical.
can we pass?
No, I know
Seymour-
this.
Yeah. Seymour Krelborn finds a strange plant at a street vendor and names it Audrey 2 after his beautiful coworker at the flower shop. He learns that the plant feeds on blood, and he eventually murders Audrey's boyfriend, an abusive and sadistic. Audrey's boyfriend, an abusive and sadistic dentist to satisfy it. We got John buzzing in.
Oh, I don't know if I'm going to unbuzz.
Okay, cool. I'll read it one more time.
I want to hear the rest because there's no way
Yes.
these guys are going to guess.
All right. Seymour Krelborn finds a strange plant at a street vendor and names it Audrey 2 after his beautiful coworker at the flower shop. He learns that the plant feeds on blood, and he eventually murders Audrey's boyfriend, an abusive and sadistic dentist, to satisfy it. John.
Actually, I don't think he murders the dentist. I think that Audrey 2 murders the dentist, and he pushes him into the Audrey 2.
John is half right. If anyone gets it more correct than John, I will give them the point. Otherwise, it is John's point to win.
What are you saying, Lauren? That's the answer?
Don't. She can't hear me. She's
You
yelling
can't
at
tell me or else I won't win. Mime it to me so that I can see.
Hey, Spanky or Matt, anything?
Nothing.
Okay. So yeah, he doesn't murder he doesn't murder the dentist. He plans to, but he chickens out. The dentist ends up suffocating himself when the valve on his laughing gas tank breaks and he can't get his mask off. So, yeah, that's a point for John.
That's how I want to go.
What a
Yep.
weird
got it right.
fucking musical.
I was right enough with he didn't kill the dentist. The dentist dies a different way.
Yeah.
He just
Yep.
feeds the corpse to Audrey 2.
I've heard
In
the,
the movie, I
soundtrack.
think
I
is what
have
we're
never
talking about.
watched it or anything.
All right, 80s and 90s. We're talking about Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
I've heard
Oh,
of that.
wait. Oh, we got to
Yes.
talk about the Oscars.
Why the Oscars?
You can talk
Because
about it after
because
John.
Short Round fucking won an Oscar.
Oh yeah.
Kahik
did.
won.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't watch the
That's
Oscars.
Anyway,
I
go
don't-
ahead. Get out of here, Lauren.
In the final
Lauren,
fight,
try this Coke.
in the final fight for the Sacred Stones, Indiana Jones cuts
You
the
can't do
rope
it on
bridge, sending several of Mola Ram's men into the river where they are devoured by alligators. Jones and Mola Ram, I don't know how it's pronounced, struggle over the stones, and Jones invokes the name of Shiva, which causes the stones to burn through the bag they were in. They all fall into the river, as does Mola Ram.
Coconut.
Ew, it
Yes.
I might need a
Yeah,
reread
I had
on
Lauren-
that question.
Lauren is it's fine. Lauren is
Sorry.
100% right.
I could
That-
barely pay attention to that.
Yes, I
I
get it.
had to have her try it.
In the final fight for the Sacred Stones, Indiana Jones cuts the rope bridge, sending several of Mola Ram's men into the river where they are devoured by alligators. Jones and Mola Ram, we got John.
Actually, that wasn't the final fight for the stones.
Um,
Am I wrong?
Incorrect.
Damn, I thought that was in the middle of the movie.
It's the end.
Jones and Mola Ram struggle over the stones, and Jones invokes the name of Shiva, which causes the stones to burn through the bag they were in. They all fall into the river, as does Mola Ram.
So much of that sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Keep
like,
in mind, this is the game. This is the
I'm
game
trying
of
to remember
super.
what was
bullshit
he
st-
chanting? Was he invoking something else?
I'm going to read the important part one last time.
Okay.
Jones and Mola Ram struggle over the stones, and Jones invokes the name of Shiva, which causes the stones to burn through the bag. We got Matt.
Actually, Jones invokes the name of Cully. Or
Incorrect.
whatever.
Um,
Thuggy cult thing.
Jones invokes the name of Shiva, which causes the stones to burn through the bag they were in. John.
I'm going to see if I can get a second bite of the apple here because I think I know the stones fall in, but I think he jumps in after them. He isn't fall in. The Moloch or whatever.
I would like to hear all of it.
We did hear all of it.
I'm going to.
Actually, they're
I didn't.
they're
I'm going to read the
crocodiles, not
rest.
alligators.
I will give it. I'm going to
Spank,
give it
you
to
get a shot
John.
after this then.
If
Okay.
Jones and Mola Ram struggle over the stones, and Jones invokes the name of Shiva, which causes the stones to burn through the bag they were in. They all fall into the river, as does Mola Ram.
Oh, fuck you.
Matt, if you want another guess, I will give you another one too.
Actually, he
Or Matt,
catches
okay.
one and brings it back to the village.
That is correct. Now, stones fall into the river. Jones catches the last stone, returns it to the village. That is a Matt point. This is
Good
a
job.
We got 2 questions left. This is a close as fuck game at 3-3-4 with Spanky at 4.
Jesus.
Wow.
All right.
This is a good one.
Our last regular question of the game
Ooh.
is about Avengers Endgame.
Oh, fucking A.
I know.
I've watched
the
that
I mean, I've
movie.
seen it like twice, so
Exactly.
I've seen it.
Avengers Endgame sees the heroes traveling back in time to secure 6 Infinity Stones. The team separates into groups, with each group traveling to a different time to get one of the stones. Captain America faces off against his past self for the Mind Stone. The Hulk talks with the Ancient One for the Time Stone. And Black Widow and Hawkeye see who could be the first to throw themselves off a cliff for the Soul Stone. I'll read it one more time. Avengers Endgame sees the heroes traveling back in time to secure 6 Infinity Stones. The team separates into groups, with each group... John.
Actually, they only want to secure like 5 or 4 of the Infinity Stones. They're not trying to get all of them.
That is incorrect.
Damn it.
All right. Matt.
Actually, one of the groups is like grabbing 2 stones that are in the same spot at the same time.
I'm giving that one to Matt. That is correct. Not every group is going after 1 stone. One group went after 3 of the stones, which
Okay.
was
That's
New
what I
York
was
at the same
thinking.
time.
Because I knew Captain America's group
Yep.
in New York. There were 3 there all
Yeah.
at the same time.
Oh yeah,
And the Hulk was part of that group.
Avengers 1 was the thing where like they were all in New York.
They were getting
Yes.
all the stones. They just didn't have 6 groups. That's what
And
I
there
was
was
thinking.
and there was another group that was going into space to get 2 of them. So,
Yes.
All right.
Got it.
All right. So our last one, as always, doesn't concern all this nerd shit. It's about real life skills. This one is a real life myth. The Panama Canal is an engineering marvel. A ship entering the canal's eastern end in the Atlantic Ocean reaches the Pacific Ocean by sailing only 51 miles, a far shorter and safer trip than sailing all the way around Cape Horn in South America. I'll read. We got John.
Actually, Cape Horn is in South Africa. South America's Cape is named something different.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
All right, read it one more time. The Panama Canal is an engineering marvel. A ship entering the canal's eastern end in the Atlantic Ocean reaches the Pacific Ocean by sailing only 51 miles, a far shorter and safer trip than sailing all the way around Cape Horn in South America. We got John one last time.
I get to go after everyone else.
Okay, anyone else?
I have a much more pedantic answer that I think might actually be the right one. But go ahead. So
Anyone else?
everybody else.
No.
Matt or Spanky? John? Well,
And if I get
go
this
ahead.
wrong, then I don't win, and Matt and because that I'm going to
If
say
you get- no,
actually.
if you get this right, it is a 3-way tie.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm doing
Yes.
this just to tie. There's no way I can win.
Yes.
Actually, the eastern entrance is in the Gulf of Mexico and not the Pacific Ocean.
Atlantic Ocean.
You
Or
were
Atlantic
in the
Ocean?
right. You were in the. Okay, I'm just gonna say that that's correct. Okay,
'Cause
the
it's-
eastern end is not in the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
A ship entering the canal from the Atlantic actually sails southeast to reach the Pacific. Oh, sorry, I'm doing it the wrong way. So you actually get into the canal because the way Panama curves in, you actually sail
You're actually going
this
like
way to get to the Pacific.
you're going east to go west.
Yes, it's
I'm not.
really freaking
I'm not.
weird.
I'm not right. That's not. I'm
Yes.
not accepting that.
Well, here's the thing.
These two win.
Your brain wasn't right, but something that came out of your mouth was,
Okay.
which is the eastern end was not in the Atlantic Ocean.
All right. Fair enough.
So, yeah, we got our first our
Triple
first tie game.
tie.
4-4-4.
Unsatisfying.
It's
I
very
feel like
unsatisfying.
someone who didn't know maps or cardinal directions would get that one right because that's
Yes.
the thing that you want to say. But I was like, no, the eastern one is. But no,
Yeah.
that's correct. What a fucking weird question.
It was. That's kind of why I picked it.
Well, say goodbye to TJ, and once
Yep.
TJ is gone, we can talk about him.
Yeah, please do. I will be listening to the podcast.
I did not record. I did not record an OBS version, by the way, because I never hit record. I'm just realizing. I was
Great.
watching the levels.
Oh my
And then you
god.
didn't hit the
Matt's
button.
Twitch version works, and I didn't even check levels on it.
Perfect. All right, I will. You know what? I don't know how long you're going to go without me. So should I come back or
No,
should
I wouldn't.
Okay, then I'm going to just pick up kids and then do my stupid driving.
I did
Have
check
fun.
levels on. I did
Bye,
check levels on
TJ.
Twitch, but it
All
was
right.
cursory.
Bye, everyone.
TJ
Bye.
left us to go and pick up kids and drive around drunk
How
people.
about the TJ guy, that fucking guy?
Can we talk about an Am I the Asshole to end this? I have
Wait,
two.
you have to first. Everyone has to say what the mint things that they've had today are because we've all celebrated
The what things?
the driving the druids out of Ireland and the St. Patrick's Day.
Did you say the mint things?
Yeah, St. Patrick's Day, you fools.
Oh, mint. Like
Shamrock.
green.
Everyone knows that
Mint is green?
Ireland
Shut up, you
Shamrock
colorblind person.
shakes are the traditional beverage of Ireland.
I gotta tell you, Shamrock Shakes fucking aren't the same as they used to be. I
No,
don't
they're
know
bad.
if this is like real or if it's just me imagining it, but I swear there used to be a flavoring in the Shamrock Shakes, and now it's just like food coloring and like vanilla or something. I don't know what it is.
Wait,
but like
really?
I still like them. I
It's-
still
it's
because
not
I
even
still
mint?
like a shake. They don't add mint in anymore. Is that what
So,
it is?
I don't. Well,
So
Shamrock
go ahead.
shakes were mint whenever I got them as a kid.
I don't remember what they were. I just know that at one point I got one and okay. Initially the shake was lemon lime with vanilla. This is in 1970. And lemon lime sherbet and vanilla syrup. By 1973, it was a green colored vanilla shake, eliminating the lemon lime sherbet. It later became mint. And I feel like I have had a shake before that was that pre-mint vanilla with food coloring. And I don't know if I just got fucked over by my McDonald's, which is probably likely, or what, but I haven't gotten one in like a few years because of that bad experience that I had.
So
Well,
I want to
think
talk
at some
about.
point they got worse
Oop.
and they like used actual mint ice cream, but then like switched to using that weird like gelatiny mint flavor syrup that they use. on all
Oh,
their
right.
cones.
Yeah.
That's I think where it got bad for me.
So
John,
I
how
wanna
do you
talk
feel
about-
about Shamrock?
I want to talk
Shakes?
about Shamrock Shakes, and I want to talk about Uncle O'Grimacy, who's been brought up multiple times on this podcast in the past. Probably every time we talk about Shamrock Shake.
Mhm.
But there was a like copy pasta like meme that went around like Twitter, and I think I saw it on Mastodon about Uncle O'Grimacy, saying McDonald's introduced the mascot character Uncle O'Grimacy in 1975, the Irish uncle of the purple mascot Grimace. Uncle O'Grimacy, complete in Kelly green hat, shamrock pattern vest, and shillelagh, will travel from Ireland each year, bringing Shamrock Shakes to McDonaldland. Now, that's true, and then the made-up part that was done to get Twitter clicks is below. Uncle Grimacy was quietly phased out of McDonald's marketing after a few years in part to an alleged incident in Philadelphia in 1978, where the person portraying him made statements in support of the IRA and that British soldiers were better dead than alive.
I agree with Uncle O'Grimacy.
I agree too, but that's totally fake. And I saw it posted around. People were like, "Wow, that's like
Yeah,
real."
but I feel like it's true.
Exactly. That's like how these like people, because I could imagine someone being like, "Man, did you hear about that?" And it's like, yeah, but like it's not true. And I know that's not true because on this podcast when we talked about fucking McDonald's, I fucking read through all of the wikis years ago, and that was never brought up. Plus, I'm reading an article. Someone from Pennsylvania said they looked into it, and there's zero newspaper records of any of this. And they actually found out in the Onion, I guess they talked about Shamrock Shakes and the mascot Uncle O'Grimacy being pro IRA. So it was.
So that's where the attribution goes to.
It's an Onion article joke that someone has tried to make real.
Got it. So there was apparently an IRA bomber who was arrested in Philadelphia at a completely different year and location and time, like everything was different.
Yes.
And so someone saw the Onion joke, just saying,
I thought it was real,
and just like did like one Google search and clicked the top one and didn't read it and was like, oh my god, it was real, and then made that a meme.
Yes.
The internet's not very good. Have you guys tried to use search lately?
I'm like,
getting
people
worse.
complained about it being bad. I feel like it's gotten worse like recently, like
Yeah.
way worse.
AdSense ruined search, and now AI is ruining what little bit of search we had left. It is so bad now to try and search for anything. It's terrible.
All right, we're going to talk
Are
about
things
an
just
Am I the
gonna slowly
Asshole?
get worse and worse until Google implodes?
Google won't implode. They are like they're a star right now, and whenever they hit critical mass, they'll just become a black hole and we'll all die. The only thing left will be Google. Nothing can escape, not even light.
Can't wait.
I can't wait, baby. Okay, I had two, but I think we're getting late. And I'm losing my voice a bit.
I hope you find
So-
it.
I don't know where it went. It's probably all that yelling I always do.
Yeah, Janet.
It's because I keep stinking coughing up blood. It's making my
Stop
voice
coughing
worse.
up blood. You're not supposed to.
I'm
do
not
that.
supposed to, but my body's like, you know what? If you use your CPAP, we're just
What
gonna
if
make a blood vessel burst in your fucking throat.
What if we did cough up blood though?
Oh,
If you
anyway.
just act
What if we
like
coughed
you're
up blood?
hiding it from everybody every time it happens, I would. I'd be like, oh,
Yeah, you have to like. Yeah, but it only happens literally after I take off my CPAP.
But no, you have to cough the blood into a napkin, and only the camera can see it.
Yeah, and then I hide it in my pocket.
and then you look off into the middle distance and look worried.
Mhm. Yeah, it turns out like coughing up blood isn't like always very serious and just happens because our bodies suck. And
I do it.
Well,
as a
it became
defense
an element of like fiction whenever
Mhm.
like dysentery and the consumption and
Yeah,
tuberculosis
that's
was
true.
happening in the late 1800s, and then
Why does that keep happening? Ah, fuck, I'll fix it. Just give me 5 minutes to move the damn mouse over. Beep, beep, boop, beep.
he has to be in the call to record us.
I don't know why
Hi, Matt.
that keeps happening.
Matt's back, so now we can talk about it.
No, what were we talking about?
Talking about me continuing
Oh,
to cough
yeah.
up blood, and the fact that I've spent thousands of dollars going to multiple specialists, and everyone's like, "Yeah, we don't know where it's coming from."
Probably your
that's great.
lungs.
It's not. I had someone stick a camera into my lungs and confirm it wasn't from there.
Huh.
Anyway, it's it's annoying. All right, so I brought everyone down with that. Let's talk about Am I the Asshole to end the podcast?
Fuck you assholes doing?
So I found one so good that the person deleted the post. You always know that's good. But guess what? Guess who screenshotted it? Because I knew it was going to get deleted.
The
You.
correct
Was it
past
you?
tense is
Did you do it?
screenshot.
Yes, it was
Nice.
I. I'm going to take a sip of water because I'm losing my voice. Am I the asshole for not adopting my dying best friend's dog and buying a puppy from a breeder instead?
Yes.
Mhm. It wasn't really locked in until the breeder thing, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You bought it. You could have skipped all the horrible shit at the beginning and just said, I bought a puppy from a breeder. I would have said yes.
Yes. My best friend is dying of cancer. He could pass away at any moment. He was coughing up blood. No, I'm kidding.
He's coughing up blood and only the camera could see it.
Yes. No. If that was the case, I would have died a year ago because it's been happening for 3 fucking years. Anyway, he could pass away any moment. Today, I was visiting and showed him a picture of a German Shepherd puppy I just put a security deposit on. It'll be ready to take home in 4 weeks.
It's so fucking weird to think of pets like that. Like,
I
I'm going
know.
to put a security deposit on.
I've always wanted a German Shepherd puppy, so I was excited to show him the pictures. This is the type of person who shouldn't have a dog, by the way.
Yeah.
Because if you want a German Shepherd puppy, you're getting that for 1 year, and then you're having 9
A
years
German Shepherd dog.
of a dog who is German Shepherds typically
High needs.
can be difficult to train. They're high needs because they need a lot of attention.
Problematic
And
political
they have a
opinions.
lot of health issues because of breeding.
Hip dysplasia is a
Yep.
big one.
They're actually a terrible dog to get from a breeder. Anyway, but instead of sharing my excitement, things became awkward. After a few minutes of awkwardness, I asked him, what was wrong?
I have cancer.
I could die at literally any moment.
I coughed up some blood into. Okay. I was blindsided by his response. He said that his cousin, who was supposed to take his 2-year-old pug named Horace, which is a great name, could no longer take him. I could save a lot of money just by taking his dog. I looked over at Horace, and he looked back at me. Well, he tried to look at me, but he's got one of those wandering eyes that pretty much is always looking towards the ceiling.
That's a pug eye.
Yep, I could feel his glare with his good eye, though. Horace is not a
I
good
want
dog.
Horace now, by the way.
I know, me too. Horace is not a good dog. This is not being an asshole. This is me simply knowing Horace. He's a little shit, and on top of that, he shits in the house and tears stuff up. He's
Your
always
German
yapping.
Shepherd will do that.
Yeah, you're getting to the Reddit posts, comments. He shits in the house and tears stuff up. He's always yapping. He's always wanting something. He doesn't even know what he wants. He literally just wants to want something nonstop. He was never properly trained. Overall, I'm not a fan of the quote pug dog breed. Their faces look like it is been hit by a shovel. Good grammar. They're always gasping for air with their eyes bulged out if they were stranded without a space helmet in the Martian atmosphere. This is true, honestly. Pug breeding is bad too.
Well, yeah, they need surgery on their palate to have a normal breathing situation going on most of the time. And
Maybe I
if you
need
don't-
surgery on my palate to stop coughing. Sorry. Anyway, a fucking ENT. I hate my ENT. Sorry. He's like, nothing's wrong. I'm like, there's
can
something
tell.
fucking wrong. Anyway, they are always gasping for air. Their eyes bulge out as if they're stranded without a space helmet. I told my friend, no, thank you, but I will try and help you find him a good home. Really? He says, are you fucking kidding me? You've known Horace since he was a puppy. I know. That's why I don't want him. He is not a good dog. Wow, you're such an asshole, my friend says. So, am I?
Yes.
I'd say
Because
especially for that last comment. The guy's dying and you call his dog not a good dog.
Yeah. Look, I have neighbors who are old and they have 3 dogs.
Uh-huh.
One of them is going to die this year. He's like 15 and he's struggling. But the other one is a bulldog.
Mm-hmm.
Had to have surgery on his palate. Same thing.
Yep.
Couldn't breathe. Whatever. The other one is a pit bull.
Ooh.
Now
love
the
a
pit bull is the weirdest pit bull I've ever met in my life. I've met several. And he's like, everyone says, "Oh, pitties are so chill." They're not. They're fucking not. I've met a lot of them. They can be good dogs, but their breed needs energy. Like it has
Yeah.
a lot of energy. Like people are like, oh, it's just a puppy, you know, it's just a teddy bear. Like, no, they're not. They're fucking not. Like, that's not what they are.
Depends a lot on
But
the dog, but yeah, you're right.
but I have met
Pitties need
now
a lot of
one
attention.
who is the outlier of the dozen or so of them I've met in my life, who actually is just he just wants to chill out. He's like a mastiff more than he is a pit bull. Like I've met mastiffs, they just want to fucking sleep on the couch.
So Judy is part Staffordshire Bull Terrier, which
Mhm.
is half of the pit, I believe,
Mhm.
or Staffordshire Terrier, and the other half's a Bull Terrier. Is a pit bull. Sorry.
So they have dogs
Mhm.
and they're old, and two of them are young. Two of them are like 2 or so years old. I don't think that they're going to die within the age of those dogs. But if they were to say to me, would you take care of our dogs? I would say yes. And then if they died and I got their dogs and it turned out I didn't want them, then I would rehome them. But I would tell the dying person, yes, I will take your dog. Like, because no dog is so bad that you can't have it for a little
Foster
bit
it
before you
for a month
rehome
or
it. Yeah,
so.
like basically you let the person die knowing that their dog is going to
Yes,
be taken care of.
Exactly.
And then after they're gone, and if that dog isn't fitting in with your
It'll be
life,
healthier for the dog to be somewhere else then, and they'll be
Exactly.
happy with it.
the
If they
whole-
want
like,
it, you to give them a shot.
But that's not even the whole thing. The whole thing is that they fucking paid for a German Shepherd puppy.
Yeah, German
Yeah.
Shepherd's one of the worst purebred dogs you can get because there's so many health problems with purebred German Shepherds.
And they're a dog that has a specific look where people want them because of the way they look.
It's like same with Huskies. Huskies are so hard to take care of, but people
Yes.
want them because they look cool.
My roommate, whenever I first moved out of my parents' house, got a husky because he thought that they looked cool. And I had to do so much fucking, because like I grew up, I've probably talked about it on the podcast before, but I grew up, my first job, actually my second job, was training coonhounds, plots, and they're also bear dogs, but I never trained them for bears.
Plot hounds.
Plots are extremely high energy, super asshole dogs. They
never
are
want one.
adorable. They have like the brindle, like the gold in their coat. They're beautiful
They're
dogs.
very pretty.
I do love them, but I had to train them. I didn't really have to love them, if you know what I mean. Like we had them in kennels, and I had to take them out every day and like train them to get in trucks and for coon hunting, because that's what they were. These were actually coon hunting dogs.
Yes.
So I used the skills that I acquired in that fucking job to like just exist near a husky, and they don't like to be trained. They like you can train most breeds of dog to do something, and then they will pretty much internalize that training. And unless they're being specifically stubborn or something, like they're pissed off, they're in pain or whatever, they'll obey their training. You can't do that with a husky pretty much ever.
No.
Like German Shepherds are almost the same way. They're not quite the same way, but the reason that it's their intelligence level, right?
Yep.
They have to be constantly in a state of training, basically.
Yep.
They'll learn something, but if it's not reinforced every day, then they can't really do it anymore, which is why they're great for like seeing eye dogs, because I'm going to be blind every day of my fucking life. They're going to need to be doing their job every
They're
day.
happy to do it.
Yes, exactly. But they're not good for like, go lay down. No, they won't fucking do that. That is not the way that they are typically going to behave ever. So Huskies are that way. German Shepherds are that way. Basically any Spitz dog, which are usually the coolest looking ones, like Inus, Akita Inus, Shiba Inus are not really like that, but they can be.
Shiba Inus can suck.
Yeah,
They're like Huskies. They don't like to listen.
yes, Shiba Inus are like
They're very cute though.
yes, Shiba Inus are cute. Malamutes, and Samoyeds, like all the kind of dogs that look wolfy. If you would describe them as wolfy at all, then they're probably fucking awful. Like they're very smart, and like you think you want that, but you don't. What you want is a dumb fucking dog. Get yourself like if you want a dog that looks cool and just wants to chill with you all the time, get a Mastiff. They are like 200-pound dogs. They're not that big, but they're fucking huge. They will rip the shreds anyone who comes in your house that you don't want in there. And all they really want to do is to lay on the couch and fart, which like same.
I love Mastiffs.
Yeah.
So I'm also a type of person who's like never ever get a dog from a breeder.
Yeah.
Like
There are
there's
too
so
many
many
dogs that
that
need
homes.
Yeah, like
And a good point that my wife brought up. No, okay. That Lauren brought up, and
Lauren.
My wife.
is that when you have a adopted shelter dog, it's a one of a kind. It's a mix. Like
Yeah.
no one else will ever have.
Yeah.
It's a unicorn. Plus, it's really fun to talk about all the parts that they are. So my dog Judy is, I think, 25% Staffordshire, and then 12.5% Husky, 12.5%. What's it? Fuck, what are they called? They're the French dogs. The
Oh yeah. Bichon
P?
Frise.
No, P. Oh my God! Why
Poodle.
can't I think... not French. Poodles actually aren't French. They're
I know.
English.
I know.
Shit. Dog.
Pamplemousse.
Pyrenees.
Pyrenees. That's it. Pyrenees Mountains or southern France, I think, northern Spain.
I was gonna say I don't think Judy looks Bichon Frise very much.
No, she's got Pyrenees in her for sure. Because she doesn't listen, and Pyrenees don't listen because they're a dog that is meant to be out on their own all day guarding livestock.
Yes.
Same thing with Huskies. They're meant to be. They're meant to run in a group, but then fend for themselves otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't listen. I love Australian cattle dogs, though. I want one.
My mom has one. His name is Cooper. He is
They're so dumb looking and cute.
so Cooper. Let
stupid.
me tell you about my mom's cattle dog, Cooper. So
Blue
my mom
Heeler,
lives on.
Also
My mom
known
lives
as.
on a 600-acre farm with cattle.
This
You'd
is
think
when
that-
you would want to have a blue heeler because they are very energetic. So they
Yes.
need to have a huge farm to run around.
Yes. So Cooper, they loved him so much
Mm-hmm.
that he never learned how to do the stuff with cattle. Like that's the whole reason they got him, because like
Yeah.
they already had a dog and they're like, well, we can get another dog, but it has to be like, a dog that we can have a little bit of usefulness,
Train.
even if it's not like, old school, a cattle dog that's being
Mhm.
used for like, migrating cattle or whatever. But like I can take him out in the fields and he can be of some help. But they
So Matt, you
loved-
know Fallout 4, right? That's dog. meat.
Yes.
He's a Australian cattle dog. I love them. They're so stupid looking.
they're very stupid.
And they're chubby
Anyway,
and they're healthy. They live to be like 15.
he's like a very small one though. I don't know what. I think he's probably a runt of his litter, but he's
Well-
a little bitty one.
I was about to say they're not huge. They're usually
No.
like under 50 pounds, but they're usually close to 50 pounds.
Anyway, they babied him too much to the point where now he's afraid of cattle. They'll take.
I
it,
was
like,
bred to do this, but I'm terrified of it.
Yeah, so he'll like ride in their side by side out to the farm and get to the cows, and they'll get him out, and he'll just stay in the side by side because he's terrified of them.
It's adorable.
Yes, he's a great dog though.
What do you think Reddit had to say?
Probably. So Reddit likes dogs, but I don't know how Reddit feels about like puppy mills and breeders. Because Reddit people are very vain, and people like puppy mills and breeders because of vanity. So I'm still gonna say yes, you're the asshole.
So yeah, Reddit split really, really on this one. The top upvote says specifically you're the asshole and not the asshole, and then a bunch of other ones are like, yes, kind of how it is, because you're definitely not the asshole for not wanting to commit to a dog that you don't know, that obviously isn't trained. There would be a lot of work, basically. But also you're the asshole because the dog you're getting also isn't trained and could be an asshole, and that's not the right argument to make. And
so if it's two tiered, I say asshole in both, because like,
and also don't say their dog sucks.
That's the thing, right? Like,
just say, oh my God, man, we had planned to get this other dog, and I didn't know, and the other guy fell through, was part of it. So it's like, just say, yeah, we'll foster him until we find him a good home, or he'll stay with us. Either way, he'll be taken care of. That's all you need to say.
You really do not need to tell a dying person their dog sucks. Because like maybe the reason he hasn't been trained very well is because his owner had fucking cancer. You know what I mean? Like, man, your dog might not suck if you didn't have so much fucking cancer, you idiot. Like, it's bad to say that.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, but yeah, the top upvoted post said, "Oh, runs around and tears up shit, and shits in the house. Guess what you're about to get?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A puppy that's going to do
Yeah.
the same fucking thing."
Well, because like people are saying not the asshole because you don't want to commit to a dog, but that's his personal feelings. The judgment is based on what he did aloud with his mouth, and what he did aloud with his mouth is tell a dying man his dog sucks and that he doesn't fucking want it. So I don't
Yeah.
really care about that part.
Another 7,000 upvoted post is, or no, this one has 15,000 upvotes. The most expensive reality check ever, like getting a fucking $4,000 puppy.
I
Like,
know.
Yeah, everyone hates me. I paid $4,000 for a dog that's slowly pooping, vomiting on, or destroying everything I own. And on top of that, I feel like shit because I made my friend mad. But I did get a German Shepherd at least. Like, come on, man. People just, like, this is the problem with dogs, is that, like, people don't understand. It is, and I was never a dog person. I always had cats. And I know, Matt, I don't think you're probably ever going to have dogs, right? Doesn't seem like you
No,
don't
I
seem like a dog
can't.
person.
I'm barren.
See, that's the thing.
Not
was
like
good.
fucking John from Garfield.
Yeah, drinking dog cum. I don't even want to explain that reference. Just look it up. Garfield mug of dog cum. Google it.
Search Garfield cum.
But then if you
on-
Google
on
it,
the
it's not
internet.
going to show up. So search Garfield cum mug Reddit, and then you'll get the answer.
Or you
'Cause
could just search Garfield cum.
don't do that.
And do
Or
it
maybe
right
it'll be your
now.
furry awakening. Anyway, yeah, it's just like dogs are such a commitment. Like I've talked to people, and having a puppy, I feel like I know like 20% of what it's like having a newborn, or not like a toddler, because they fucking get everywhere. You gotta keep an eye on them, or they'll fucking destroy something or shit on the floor. It's a fucking time commitment, but it also is very rewarding because then they become a good dog, and you're like, I fucking did that. I trained them to be good,
Yeah.
and then you like them. But cats are cool because they just do what they want, and they're cool, and they like to lay on you,
Yeah.
And they just yell at
So-
you to turn the heat on.
or yell at you because they can see the bottom of their food dish, but it's not empty. But I can see the bottom, so it's basically empty.
The only thing I have ever done to train my cats, I guess, is I feed them at intervals of the day, and I do not feed them more than they will eat in that interval.
Mm.
Because of my food bowl is not empty, but I can see the bottom. I need your help now. Please help me. Because that pisses me off more than anything. So my cat's food bowls stay empty. So that never happens. It doesn't get around them still begging me for food. But it is a little bit less infuriating when the bowl actually is empty.
We've gotten lucky because our cats have never they've never had like pets that get like overweight from overeating, because we just leave food out and they graze and they're good at not overeating.
Same, I just free
but-
feed.
They're cool.
I'm lazy.
Yep. Same with our dog. She doesn't really overeat either. She's really good. If she's not hungry, she'll just wait and eat later.
Your dog has like a lot of eating particularities too.
Yeah, she has to eat special prescription food or else she'll shit herself to death.
Did she shit herself after the pup cup she had? 'Cause
No,
it was her
no,
birthday
no.
yesterday.
Yeah, it's just really animal proteins. I think she has some sort of whatever the dog version of the alpha gal thing is, where their just intestines attack animal proteins as invading particles, and it just ruins them. So
I see.
So
Dogs
she
are
has to
good,
have
though.
special dog food. So she eats like vegan dog food, basically. It's not vegan because there's chicken fat, but there's no chicken protein. So it tastes good,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't have protein. The protein's from soy. It just tastes like chicken. My dog eats tofu,
That's cool.
basically.
My favorite thing was your wife told me, or
John's
the
wife.
My wife.
Discord-
John's wife.
John's wife.
I got to say it.
Told the Discord that last year on her birthday she made her a grilled cheese and she wouldn't eat the crust of
She
her
wouldn't eat the
birthday
crust.
grilled cheese.
Nope. She only wanted the cheese, actually. She didn't even want the bread, really. And it's like, you piece of shit. Like, I made this for you. She's so picky. I like it when I'm eating pretzels and she wants one, and then she'll take it and then just put it in her mouth and just spit it on the ground in front of me.
She just
Like-
wanted the salt. She wanted the
Yeah.
salt lick.
It's like, what the fuck? You know you don't like these, but you ask me for them, and I feel bad not giving them to you. And then you
My-
have one, and then you realize you don't like it, and then you walk away. This is
My
stupid.
cat are pretty good about not begging me for food, for human food, because I don't ever give them human food.
My cats, they do not beg for human food. They never get
My
it.
mother, though, loves to give Mike human food. So
When she's around.
when she visits for a weekend, for the next week, Mike will be begging me for my food. He'll settle back down because he'll figure out
He
that I never give
understands.
him. Yeah, I'll never
Yeah.
give him food. He'll try it because he thinks he might get away, but he won't.
Mhm.
But the funny thing is that for that week, like I eat a lot of vegetarian meals.
Mm.
So like he'll see me with my plate and be like begging me, and I'm like, okay, and I just show it to him, and he's like, fuck this. He just runs off.
I want chicken. Fuck
Yeah, where's the
you.
But if I ever open a can of like canned chicken or tuna, oh my god, like May, like she doesn't want human food ever. But if I open a cat, or if I said cat because I see a cat on Matt's screen.
Yep.
If I open a can of tuna or canned chicken, and May is anywhere around, she will jump on the counter and like try to maul me for the canned chicken. She needs it so bad. But if I try to give her a piece, she don't want it. She just wants me to not have it.
Oh, Matt's got a cat in the lap.
Mhm.
Is that Rodrigo?
Yep.
That looks like Rodrigo.
Hi,
He's
Rodrigo.
starting to inquire as to when I might be returning to the couch.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of, that's a good point to end it, I think. So thanks everyone for joining. I'll remember to record a local version. So hopefully this sounded good. I did listen on Twitch for a minute and I think it sounded fine. But
Yeah, I think it should be.
if it doesn't, fuck. I'll have some fun editing it.